Hello everybody, Sifd again with another Vampire Survivors run. And today I'm gonna do the Apocalypse build. Now what that means is I'm gonna get a bunch of things that drop from the sky or have to do with the Apocalypse. So sky dropping things would be Santa Water plus Lightning Ring, and I guess the two Pichon and Ebony Wings as the, the messenger of death. The birds. And then I'm between the other three items, which would be either Pentagram or Hellfire or Death Spiral. So I mean, if we combine the fact that Pentagram is trash and Hellfire and Death Spiral is more worded to do with Apocalypse, I'm gonna go with those. And for items, we're gonna go with Spellbinder for Duration, Calibrador for AoE, and then Crown, Clover, and Attractor. Actually, Crown, Attractor for, XP things, and then Duplicator and Spinach for damage-related things. And Clover, who cares? I don't really need Clover right now. And yeah, let's go with Porta, as she or he starts with electricity already. And also more AoE will be better with the items we have. I have been told that Arca is the most powerful character in this game, so tomorrow I might do the best possible damage build. But we're gonna see what we're gonna do tomorrow. Maybe I'm gonna do legendary only build. I'm gonna see. It doesn't really matter what we're gonna do tomorrow. And we're gonna play in the library, as that's the only map that exists. But see if there is the other map. Nope. Let's go with Lightning Ring level 2, which is extremely bad as our first item, as you should never try to pick the item you already have, but just a leveled up version as your first item pick. Pichon is here, Axe is also here. I think Pichon is pretty trashy, so let's pick Axe so that at least have the axes as a damage source. Although, to be honest, axes are not also something to write home about, especially when they don't pierce. But, I mean, if we get an early level 8 axe, we will be in a very good spot. Santa Water is here, and Calibrador is also here. Let's go with Santa Water to have a lot more AoE and more coverage. That should give us a lot of XP. I mean, if the water drops off at the end of the stage, maybe not. By the way, somebody said that Santa Water is not really good on this stage because there is a chance that you throw like water out of screen. Calibrador is here. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Let's slowly start building up our items. And yeah, about the Santa Water thing, I mean, if you're at the bottom of the screen, yeah, it is not really that good. But if you're at the perfect middle, like here, I don't think any of the waters will go in a bad spot. Although on the other side, you could say that, yeah, even if everything goes in a perfect spot, opponents don't spawn from the bottom. Which is a valid argument before the 25-minute mark, where you get literally surrounded from every side. So let's go with axes. Although I know that Santa Water is actually insane if you level it up to the max. We know that axes are more insane when you leveled up to the max and also get the upgrade. The upgraded version. Running around. I'm in no rush to go to the very left. So, ooh, almost got a forced bad item pick there. So a commenter had an opinion, or I guess a theory on what might be happening. First of all, I don't think the dev has joined the Discord. I mean, I still don't know if Dev answered yesterday's video, as I'm shooting this before the previous video got uploaded. But there was a theory of why more opponents spawn on the right side. And the theory is that... I mean, we want this for sure, and I'm not gonna get that. The theory is that, first of all, if you play the other map that doesn't exist. If you play the forest, then opponents spawn all around you normally. There is no bug like more opponents appear on the right. So that's a first indication of it might be a problem from this map. So after that is established, which I cannot confirm to be honest, the theory is that this map tries to spawn a bunch of opponents all around us, but for some reason anything that tries to spawn at the top and at the bottom gets transferred to the right. That's why the right side has more opponents than the left side. And it would make sense. I mean, theoretically speaking, it would make sense that it's all a bug. Now, practically speaking, we cannot know, right? We cannot know what the dev has done. Developer, right? Let's go with Lightning Ring for a bit more damage. And also AoE, which is pretty important as Lightning Ring is pretty good with AoE. Oh, we got our first little elite. Throw some axes to it, on it, to it, on it, I don't know. Okay, empty tome, we're not gonna pick that up. Lightning ring. I'm not really keen on the items we are getting. I'm a bit afraid that we're gonna get forced to pick up things we don't want. Let's continue. Let's pick up some XP here. How it so happens that XP is always on the right side, on the left. Spellbinder, Candelador. Let's go for a bit more AoE. It's gonna help the lightning ring too. Level up hopefully the axe. Luck is with us today. Level 4 on the axe. Still haven't gone to the left at all. I have a plan on... We're gonna go tractor up here. I have a plan on when to go to the left, right? The plan is twofold. Part 1 is if I get 6 items. Part 2, because I want to get the book as fast as possible after I get 6 items. And second... No, not plan. Second reason, I guess. Time? I don't know. At some point, some opponents appear that spawn only like 5 or 6 of them. Right now you see about 10, right? Maybe 20. Depending on how you count them. Depending on how many they are, actually. So, now for example, you see a bunch. That means... Where's the right side? Yeah. As you see, right now we get a bunch of spawns. So right now I definitely don't want to be going to the left, because I will lose a bunch of XP from the right side. But at some point in this, like at the 5-6 minute mark, somewhere around there, a bunch of not a lot of opponents appear. Like, you know, there are good opponents for us and bad opponents for us. These opponents right now, for example, are good opponents for us because there are a bunch of spawns. At some point we will, and also they get almost one shot all the time. When the bad opponents appear, the ones that do not get one shot and also don't spawn a million, then we will run to the left. Instead of gaining, I don't know, 5 spawns from the right, we will gain 0 from the left, but it will still be better than losing, instead of 20 right now, gaining only 15 or 10. You know? It doesn't make sense. Let's go with spinach. Let me maybe rephrase that. Right now, for example, the right side has 30 opponents and the left side has 5 or 10. At some point, the right side will have 5 opponents and the left side will have 0. I prefer from 5 opponents to go down to 0 than from 20 or 30 to go down to 10. Almost was forced to pick up some trash. I really hope the game's not gonna... you know, force us to pick some bad items. Okay, lightning ring, level 8, level 7. And also pretty insane right now. Would be nice if a lightning struck there. Whoa, we got the pichon, which is part of the build. Nice, and that was a lucky pickup. Can I please pick up my 6th item? That would be really nice. But Sifd, you still have only 4. I know. Where's the right side? The game feels... Ooh, nice. We found the ebony wings. So we're almost done with weapons. The only thing I'm missing is the flame wand. Or the hellfire. Continue. I'm not sure if pigeon or ebony wings is actually useful at all. I mean, do you see that it's missing, first of all? I mean, it's not missing because the opponents were not in the area per se, but it feels like it's missing. Tractor crown is part of the build, as I said, and the last item should be... I have spinach, crown... What's the last item? Yeah, the multiplicator or double or whatever. This is the part what I was talking about. You see, 7 opponents, literally 7 opponents. I prefer from 7 to go down to 0 than anything else. So off to the left we go. Now we won't find any opponents for a while. Oh, look, 2. Maybe, what does the right side have? 8. Like, I'm not even missing anything. That's how bad this is. I will just go to the left. As I said, I prefer to get 7 less than to get 15 less. Even if while getting 15 less, I at least kill 10. It does make sense, you know. If you go strictly mathematically and what's more efficient with your XP, it does not make sense. Just because from 7 to 0 feels a lot worse, because this feels really bad. But because it feels bad, it does not mean that it's not the right thing to do. So we're just gonna move to the left when this happens. And we even got like 10 opponents here. Nice, nice. And we still get opponents. So does that mean that we're in a new spawn thing? Nope. Yeah, maybe all these were chasing us. Still continue going to the left now that I have very few spawns. Okay, seems like more up here. Oh, we got to the book. And now we stay to XP. Let's go XP. And let's XP we shall. I also have been told that there are 2 books. So maybe I should run off to the second book right away. And I also have been told that if you can actually pick up the second book after you have already the book leveled up to the max, but the book you pick up has no text. So I don't know what happens there exactly. But somebody maybe have to experiment with timings, etc. to be able to, you know, sit down and do some math. And I think, like, pentagram is the best way to do that. Axe level 7, I would say. So, if somebody wants to test it, I guess. Yesterday I said I'm gonna ping whoever says something specific. I mean, the comment should be pinged when the video gets uploaded. Yesterday I said I'm gonna ping who's gonna give me a times table. Today I can ping somebody who, if they want to experiment, or just come join the Discord, I don't know. So the experiment is get a pentagram, you know, pick up, level up the book. I mean, I could do that too, right? You know, I'm gonna throw it out there, and if somebody else wants to do it, then so be it. And if you do, I will just, you know, or either join the Discord or comment down below. So the experiment is the following. Pick up pentagram, pick up book, the normal book, like the level 5 book, this book, but get it on level ups, right? Then get it to max level, level 5. Time how long the pentagram takes to pop. Fire one, nice. And then pick up the 6th book and the 7th book and see if the new pentagram now pops even faster. If the pentagram with level 6 and level 7, because when you pick up the level 6 book, normally when you pick up something, it says the level up, right? It tells you you get plus 8% attack speed, or you get plus 5%, etc. You know, every level up gives you something. But because the book is not supposed to go up to level 6 or 7, it just doesn't say anything. But we don't know if in the background, like programmatically speaking, if it is programmed to actually still give you attack speed, right? Like cooldown reduction, attack speed, same thing. So if somebody can test it with what is it called? With the pentagram, you know, pick up a book. It doesn't have any text in it. I'm about to die. I found the duplicator. Thank you. Pick all that up. Give me this. Get, run to the right. I mean, there is no running to the right. I really would like to get a tractor here. Yeah, let's get the attractor. Can I get an elite? Can I get some chests? Okay, let's go with Santa water. Oh, if this exploded, I was dead. If that would have exploded, I was super dead. By the way, nobody's forced to do anything, right? I'm right now saying that if somebody could do the experiment, blah, blah, blah. No, nobody's forced to do that, right? And if I don't see any answers, like in the next 2 or 3 days, I will just do it on my own. So if anybody is about to comment, Joseph, do it on your own, don't ask your audience. Yeah, I will do it on my own, but I was just asking if somebody has like a bit of free time and wants to experiment. That's an idea that you could experiment and help the community, right? Otherwise, I will do it on my own. Don't feel like I'm forcing anybody. No, let's not die. You know that I got the... Now we should be a bit safer. By the way, this... just because I have beaten like my last 3 or 4 runs does not mean that this is also gonna be a success story, right? Always keep that in mind. That we can always lose. Pick that up. Although I obviously have read some comments being like, yeah, I haven't... the only run I'm not possible to win is with garlic only. Everything else I have beaten the game with. So... I'm pretty sure there are people that are better than me, obviously. That it's bitty. It's a bit weird believing that you're the best person in something without having like definitive proof. Like if there isn't any tournament or if there isn't any leaderboard, you can't say that you're good at something, especially because a lot of people have a lot more free time than you, almost always. Isn't there like a meme saying that whatever you do, there is a... I'm not gonna even say it because it might be racist. Forget it. I didn't say anything. Forget it. I don't think it is, but there is no reason. Whoop, here's the second book right away. Oh, it's very close. Oh, the second book is very close to the first one. You know what? We're gonna do the experiment right now, okay? I mean, we can easily time how much time the scythes take to drop each time. So, I will stay here, I will get my book to level 5, the cooldown book, and then I will pick up that book. Yeah, let's start with this. And then I will pick up that book, and we're gonna see if the scythes get thrown faster and more often. You see? The thing is, though, with the pentagram we would have had a definitive answer, but now we will get a semi-answer. Now, if the difference is from half a second it takes... from a 1 second cooldown, it goes down to 0.9 seconds of cooldown. I guess somebody has to frame perfect or somehow calculate that. Because right now, what's the cooldown right now? Throw it at 38. And next one is thrown at 41, 42, somewhere around there. I mean, without a timer in hand, I don't think somebody can... I don't think you can calculate it, really. We're gonna see who I'm gonna pin. First let's get our book done, and then I guess first I'm gonna pin whoever times my throwouts. If in my video it's faster, you know, somebody can clock it or something. Use a time thing. I could also pause my own video right now and go see it on my own. Maybe I'm gonna do that. I should maybe I should stop assigning ideas to people. Signing? That's not even what I'm doing. I don't know. Look how big these the Santa waters are. Santa waters has become insanely huge. Spinach obviously here for a bit of damage. It's still there. The second book is extremely close though. Oh, we got the magnetism. I loved it. Oh, I did not want to pick the magnetism up already. No. I wanted to leave it there for a long time. Let's go with AoE. Actually, no, let's go with Fire Wand. What am I doing? I need to get my Fire Wands up as fast as possible. Which have become huge, by the way. I really love the axes. Okay. And I'm also not gonna pick this thing up instantly. First I'm gonna like attack 3 or 4 times with some axes to have a baseline understanding of how fast I'm throwing them. Trying to stay close to this. Can I like run around it in a way that I can throw more than one axe to it? I don't think that's even possible. Not really. Now look how much XP we're getting. Fire Wand obviously. Yeah, that's axes, man. That's axes. Although, to be completely honest, it looks like a bunch of XP, right? You see all this and you're like, oh, look how much XP you get. You run in there and you get all that and you instantly level up. Yeah, I hope everybody that has that opinion realizes that this would have been a lot better if I had books. If I had books, I would be just running in there and just picking everything up while they were dropping. So books is always better than anything else, pretty much. Let's empty tome again. I think the items level up to level 5, right? Not 100% sure on that. Spinach. Okay. By the way, I don't really care about going to the very right to pick up the money later. For the sheer fact that I don't care about money anymore. The only upgrades I'm missing are health upgrades and defense upgrades, which might be important, okay, but still, like, who cares? If I die because my life ran out, then first of all, that's how you die. But if I die because I don't have enough defenses, then I still don't believe that defenses were the problem, but actual damage was the problem. Because as long as you have insane amounts of damage, nothing should even come remotely close to you. Okay. Let's pick that up. Whoop, spinach. So we have the book at level 5. I think 5 is the max. But I don't want to be wrong. Why did I not level up? I don't know. I should have leveled up the fire wand there. Just because I don't want to be wrong, I'm gonna stick to this a bit more. And I'm gonna pick up the book in a moment. First I'm gonna get to the point where I see only 2 upgrades as choices, and then I'm gonna pick up the book. Just to guarantee that I'm not making any mistake. Is the book still there? Yep, the book's still there. Yeah, first, you know, safety first. It's not actually safety. So let's be sure we're making things correct. R17. Got a health. Sometimes my... Wait. Here I'm gonna wait a bit on purpose. Maybe even off-screen the chest. And then like turn around and it somehow magically gives me the insane fire wand. Just saying, you know. Lucky. Yep. Got it. Okay, now it's gonna start being insane. Has a good attack speed. But I think Axis has a bigger cooldown to be more easily calculatable. Do the pigeons shoot forever? No, they don't. Autobattler. So, cooldown is supposed to be additive in this game, which makes it insane, by the way. So, by having cooldown being additive, it means that it will be a bit easier for us to calculate if this book will make a difference, because it will be visible. Additive cooldown, in simple terms, means that it always reduces the cooldown of the base cooldown, then reducing the cooldown of the already reduced cooldown. So what I mean is, if something has 10-second cooldown and you reduce it by 10%, it should get 1 less second, right? So if the cooldown is additive, then the next 10% should reduce another second. While if the cooldown is multiplicative, then the next 10% of cooldown reduction should reduce 0.9 seconds, because the cooldown at that point would already be 9 seconds. So in this game, the cooldown reduction is additive, so that means that it's insane. The additive cooldown is always more powerful than multiplicative. As with additive cooldown, you can actually go down to 0%. So let me like just sit here and not do anything. And now I'm gonna pick up the book. And I'm gonna use this as my standard. So pick up the book. It should not read anything. Yep, empty tome does nothing. I will go get. And now what I'm gonna do is I will just stay here and do nothing to be more able to calculate what this does. Okay. And yeah, because I know that OBS takes a while to render the last, I don't know, 10 or 20 seconds of the footage, I will, you know, continue playing for a moment, and then we're gonna pause and I'm gonna see if anything changed with my scythes. And if the times are a bit too close to each other, then I guess somebody or I will have to do the same experiment with the pentagram. By the way, if you can actually get book level 7, then I have an idea for a build, which is going to be insane. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I have an idea. I almost half spoiled the idea though, because it just came to me, and if you think about the last like 5 words I said, then you can understand what the idea is, if it does actually work, and it is additive. Okay, let's get the ebony wings done. Okay, and here I would say let me pause for a second and go back into my own footage to see if the scythes actually got faster or not, because the difference is not really visible with the eye. I'm gonna use like a stopwatch or something to count it exactly. Okay, so I'm back, and yeah, I cannot see the difference. Like, it seems to be 3.5 seconds cooldown. So yeah, it does not seem to me that the next book does something. Like the level 6 book does not seem to be doing anything. Now, if somebody wants to test this with the pentagram and like try to get a level book on his own, like get the book to level 5 on his own, and then go to the left and pick up both books and get it to level 7. And just do all that, even if it's a fail. You can just comment down below and tell me how the experiment went, and I will ping you. I mean, why not? So, yeah. But I think nothing changes. But still expecting to hear some opinions. Look how fast the Pigeon is shooting. Ah, the Dark Pigeon does the same. Let's try to keep the opponent inside the Pigeon area. Is that actually helpful at all? By the way, right now it feels like we cannot get hit at all, right? Doesn't it feel like we are very safe? I mean, it's not like we are actually very safe, but feels like it. I mean, we are pretty safe. Why would we not be? I can just sit here and do nothing. Doing nothing all day. Da, 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 da. Just go around, pick up the XP when needed, and go back to the spot. Do more opponents spawn when I move around? I don't know. If more opponents spawn when I move to the right, then I should always be moving to the right while picking up XP. But if not more opponents appear while I move, so if I'm not moving at all and the same amount of opponents appear, then I should actually not move. Because the Santa Water and my other skills will do more damage overall if I don't move at all and let the opponents come to us. And I can just pick up the XP whenever I want, right? Whenever I want to pick up a level or two, I can just run out there, pick up the XP, and then just come back here. Or maybe is there a max XP spawn limit? I don't know, like so many opinions. By the way, Apocalypse. This is the death zone. And then if something comes closer, yeah. Did you see that though? Oh, this run's not gonna survive. This run is dead. I can predict that much for sure. This is not gonna cut it. This is not a strong build. Especially with me not being completely maxed out on health regen and defense and max HP and movement speed. You know, everything defensive. I don't have those meta upgrades yet. So, because this build, I don't see this build actually destroying everybody. I see the future coming and it's really grim, but it makes sense. I mean, theoretically, I'm the evil guy right now. So, I am the apocalypse bringer. And all these opponents try to stop the apocalypse. We got another one of those chests. As if this wasn't blue. Let's continue. By the way, about this game future, I mean, I have like 2 or 3 more ideas, maybe 4. But I start feeling like, even if I don't want to, it's almost a forced repetition, right? Because there are only so many weapons and there are only so many items. I mean, obviously there are meme builds like create a tank and only play with, I don't know, garlic or whatnot. But other than that, I don't think there are many things to do. Like, I just picked up double Pigeon, which is supposedly trash, so it's a very mediocre weapon, right? Pigeon is definitely not a good weapon. But the next time I pick up Pigeons, it's gonna be exactly the same. Like, it's either I pick up the trash items and somehow make them work, and then it's the same, or I pick up good items and it's also the same. Because there are only 10 items. I mean, I think there are like 12, 16, let's say 20 weapons, although there are definitely not 20 weapons. We can count them at the end. I think it's like 18 weapons, maybe 16 weapons. And you pick the 6. So it's almost the same. Especially if some items are like complete trash or you don't want to pick them up. For example, if you're like, garlic is trash and the 2 pigeons are trash too. Only like 10 weapons left. Whip is not a whip. I don't like the whip either. Okay, 9 weapons left. What are you gonna pick? What's the build gonna be? You see what I mean? So I will do some meme builds and whatnot, but even with those, I think the game has what, 5 more runs in it, 10 more runs in it. I don't know. I'm already pushing it like too much. I'm already pushing it. I mean, let's hope we get a good patch, right? Because this game gets actually patched often. From when I started to play, I think they added like 3 patches. I definitely remember that there was a patch that made the chests pop faster by pressing escape. And then there was the patch with Poe. Now, if there was another patch, I wouldn't know, to be honest. I mean, I don't remember. But still, oh, no! Wow. No. Well, it is what it is. What can we say? What can we say? Sometimes, I guess overconfidence is a slow killer. This was a pretty fast killer though, but yeah, I mean, it's on me. It's on me. If you're disappointed that we died, then that's on you. Yeah, I'm sorry I died. I mean, I didn't die on purpose. I just laid back and relaxed and was just moving around, and mistakes were made. Yeah, that's what happens when on the power-up menu you do not have any of these three, and this one either, because I tried to run away. So yeah, makes sense we died, because as I said, I don't have any defensive options. And yeah, definitely on me. But I will still keep the mindset that I said before. Nothing changes on that. I died because I did not have enough offensive, right? Because if my damage was insane, like if I just had the book, if I had either the whip or the axe or the book, if I had anything that's really good close up, like the Holy Wand, I would not have died, because anything coming close to me would have died. And if I had the OP Laurel, I would have not have died. So yeah, if I had the Rune Tracer, nothing would even come remotely close to us. So you don't pick good items, you have to play better. I did not realize that. It's like the first time I'm trying to do a meme trash run on purpose, and yeah, it was a fail, but it is what it is. Sometimes, you know, you lose, and I just still upload it. Otherwise, what would you prefer? Like, honest question here. Would you prefer if I just deleted this video and literally did the same exact run, and most likely said different things like throughout the run? And I don't know, it feels so ingenuous to do that. Like, I mean, in the beginning, getting like a trash item, like, instead of, you know, when the run begins and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go with Axe and P. Jones and that and this, and then you start the run and you get, for the first upgrade, you get Whip, Cross, Rune Tracer, and Garlic. Yeah, I'm like deleting that video and just starting a new one. I'm being honest here. But the moment the run starts, like after 3 or 5 minutes begin, and I get at least my base item pool, then I'm like, whatever happens, happens. Most of the time everything goes well, because the way I'm playing this game, I can easily control what items I get. But, you know, I don't know. I don't think I need to get stuck up on we lose. Anyway, how many items do we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got 17 weapons, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 items. Now from the items, this most likely is trash depending on your build. These two are free, so you don't pick them up. I mean, you will play in the library. If you don't pick on the library, I mean, it's just one more choice. This one, you will never pick this up. If you're not in the library, you just pick this up and then throw, I guess, either the Attractor Bard or the Clover out or the Crown out. As simple as that. Then these three are most likely never picked. This also might not be picked. I mean, if you want to be min-maxy and damage heavy, you don't need to pick these. But if, for example, your build does not need the Spellbinder or does not need the Cambrador, because these two are pretty much the only items that depend on what items you have. Same goes with Racer, by the way. So these three items are depending on your build. Therefore, you might have some of them, all of them, or none of them. But most likely, whenever you replace one of these, you will just slot in like either health or armor or movement speed. So it's 1, 2 are guaranteed. In my opinion, this is also guaranteed. This gives you so much XP that you cannot even calculate how powerful this is. So 1, 2, 3 are guaranteed. And then this is free always, and then most of likely 2 or 3 of these are guaranteed. So your build is the same for items. For weapons, if you avoid the whip, I mean, I'm just gonna say random things here, right? Let's say you avoid the whip because, you know, it's the whip. If you're not going for a whip build, you're most likely not gonna pick up the whip, especially if you don't want to pick up the Hollow Heart for the level up. So let's just say you avoid the whip, okay? Magic Wand is decent. Let's say you avoid the knife, okay? Axe is decent. Decent. You avoid these two, so bye these items. Decent. You might avoid. Let's say you avoid the ring, right? Let's say you avoid the ring because you don't like it, or let's say you keep the ring just for argument's sake. Garlic, you avoid it for sure. Pentagram, you avoid it, and then you got Clock Lancet and Laurel. You don't have access to the bone, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 items. The game has 10 items, and you can pick 6 of them. You see where I'm going with this? You see, the game is a bit repetitive. That's why I think in about 3 to 5 to 10 months, I don't know, at some point we will stop playing this. Maybe if we get a good patch, get like 5 or 6 more items. If we get only 1 more item, then I don't know, man. We're gonna like play the game two more times with a new item, and that's gonna be it. But if we get like 3 more items, or 2 more items, 3 more items, and 2 or 3 more weapons, by the way, I mixed it up. Yeah, I mean, if we get 2 or 3 more weapons and then got 1 more item, I guess items we can just get 1 more, it doesn't matter. But if we get 2 more weapons and 1 or 2 more items, it will be good. Or at least get one new weapon every week, you know? Can we get 1 new weapon every week? Although, to be honest, if it's only 1 dev, I don't think it's that easy, because you have to program the weapon in, make it work the way you want it, right? All of these weapons have like a wonky type of shooting. This does shoot weird. This shoots weird. This shoots weird. I guess the only non-weird one would be the lightning strikes. The whip is weird. So a bunch of weapons are pretty weird. So I guess it's a bit weird. Like the axe, the way they fling. I guess programming 1 weapon in each week might be a bit too much. I don't know. Depends on how the code is written, right? Because if the code is written in a way which has easy implementation on weapons, then depends on how complex the weapon itself is. But if the code is not set up in a way where you can easily implement new weapons, then I mean, it's literally in the code, right? I have no idea. I don't want to be, I guess, pompous. You know, I don't want to be the person that's like, oh, that's easy. Oh, why don't you just add more weapons? Yeah, I have no idea how the game is written, what the code is behind it. I have no idea at all. But I'm just from the game perspective standpoint, right? So, in my opinion, 1 weapon per week, or 1 character per week, I don't know, something like that would be really nice. Or at least a patch per week, right? Like some changes here and there, like we changed the garlic, we made it more useful. Something like that would actually make the game fresh. Like get 2 weapons each week and add something to them, make them a bit different. Like as I said, we added something new to the garlic. Now it has an insane range, or now it slows opponents. And then like knife, now it actually bounces after level 5, or I don't know, you know, bounces once. Really, I don't know. But things like these, I think, is the trick of keeping the game alive. Even if the changes are small, as long as the changes are like radical, like almost remakes but not really remakes, just changing how something works a bit, those things really bring fresh air in the game and keep them alive. And yeah, I mean, if we want to talk about alive and dead games, I would say Snake RX is a good example, which was an awesome game that everybody cared about, and then they just stopped patching and it pretty much died. But now if it patches again, I'm pretty sure it's everybody gonna come back to that. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for my opinions. I stayed a bit more at the end here because we lost anyway, so I decided to speak a bit more. It's bait for people that think that we did not lose. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, helps out the channel, and also don't forget to subscribe, blah, blah, blah. You know, do whatever you want. Also, you know, helps algorithm. Whatever you do, however you interact with this video, it's gonna make it so that, you know, YouTube's gonna show you more things of mine if you enjoy them. And don't forget to join the Discord. That's a bit more important, I think. Like, come join the Discord community. Links in the description. Links about anything you might have a question about might be in the description, so look on there. And yeah, that's going to be it. Once again, I'm gonna ping anybody that's gonna do the test with a pentagram. I really don't hope like 20 million people were gonna go and do the test. So before you start the test, first look in the comments and see if somebody is pinged already and have done the test, and then and then do it your own. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching, and see you guys around.